Hi, Kenda Ruth here to answer one of your midlife crisis in marriage questions. Today we have Robin, whose bomb drop was March of this year, 2021. And Robin is not yet familiar with the terms contact type and energy type, and in fact, that's really what she wants to know, is what contact type and energy type her spouse might be. So let's look at what she's asking. She says, I got the script, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, on March 6th, when he told me he was going to stay with a friend for a while to clear his head. By the month's end, he moved into an apartment. No physical contact since I would get so angry when confronted about the alienator whom he denies. At first, she was thrown in almost every time he had the kids, but that stopped a couple of months ago. But now he brings up her name any chance he gets when talking with the girls. We talked a little when he left, but since May we don't talk at all about us. But he did tell our girls that he's probably never coming home. He's never talked divorce. Every now and then he did want to spend some time together as a family, but it was never consistent. So I believe he's a boomerang. Excuse me? For about 2 to 3 weeks now, he's been even more distant and only speaks when I ask him a question, and there's a lot more attitude thrown my way. I'm only 7 months in, so there's so much to learn. So my question is, what contact type and energy type is he, and what stage are we in? So right now, you're probably right, a boomerang. The fact that he said he wanted to spend time together as a family, that one little clause is a clinging boomerang thing, but it doesn't seem to be happening with a frequency that would put him at clinging boomerang. But just that alone, and anytime you have contact that is regular, it could be once a month, it could be even once every 2 months, but regular contact, and I don't mean you have to see him face to face, you're still in boomerang territory. When you get to clinging boomerang territory is more about the nature of that contact, how much reassurance they either need or give, or the uncertainty. The more mixed messages they give, I want in, I want out, I don't know what I want, regarding you, the more likely they are to be a clinging boomerang. So his wanting to be family showed that one thing, but it wasn't consistent enough. So I think you're right. Right now, I would say boomerang. Now, I do like to give it a full year before we really say, okay, yeah, he's been consistent showing boomerang. Energy type, I'm going to guess that he is going to be that he is a high energy replayer. A low energy wallower is somebody who appears depressed to the rest of us. Now, sometimes you can appear depressed with anger, but usually it's the body language is this way. They more sleep, they seem like they don't have the energy. He seems to have the energy, especially if he has a more regular alienator. Whereas a low energy person might have a regular alienator, but it's just not working. They're not feeling it. They're not getting into that limerence, typically. So I'm putting him at the very standard high energy replayer, close contactor of the boomerang type. What stage are we in? That is a very easy one. You're in you're in a replay. You are in escape and avoid, and he's a replayer, so he's of the replay type of escape and avoid. For anyone listening, if you are in your first year of bomb drop, you're in escape and avoid. If you're in your second year of bomb drop, you are probably still in your escape and avoid. Basically, if you go on my main website homepage and go down to the FAQ section where one of it is, what stage is my MLCer in? I say if he's 6 months in, 12 months in, 18 months in, I just say escape and avoid. After that, I say probably escape and avoid, because it's not that the stage lasts so long. That's not the point. The point is the start of MLC being, not the roots of MLC, where you look back and say, I think he's been in MLC for 3 years. Yes, that may be the case, but we start the clock at bomb drop, and that's the start of escape and avoid. You could have been in denial before that if you started the escape and avoid behaviors before that. That's happened. Or there was a bomb drop, but they didn't realize that was the bomb drop until it was more overt, or there was just so much denial. Typically, you get an I love you, but an I'm not in love with you speech, you know you've had a bomb drop. So what I'm going to just recommend you do, if you haven't already, is take the free course, Understanding Midlife Crisis. Keep up your reading. Go on to the main website. The main website, that is my rough draft for my manuscript for the book, The Hero's Spouse. dealing with midlife crisis in your marriage when you don't want a divorce. Go to the table of contents section, because I have placed everything in order in that section, order that I would find it in the book. Now remember, that's a rough draft. You can also check out the blog. Some of the pieces from the blog, I wrote the blog later, and occasionally I thought I need a new piece for the book, and so they came on the blog. It was just the order I was writing things in at that point. Once I stopped putting things on the main site, I put them on the blog. Read as much as you can on the blog, and continue to be involved in either the forum or the Facebook group where you're getting support, because that's really, I think, where people really learn about it. Is you read the other people going through it, and you read the advice going through it, and then you read the people that are just steps ahead of you saying, yes, this is what we experienced and this is what's happened. You get a lot more confirmation about what's going on. Reading the articles will help you to understand. I go through a lot of the psychology, some of the shadow things, and the psychology of infidelity that's going into this as well. Okay, but he's definitely escape and avoid. He says he's not coming home anytime soon to his girls. Or he does. Oh no, he said he doesn't think he's coming home at all. In his mind, he's saying he's not, but he's telling him, I don't think so, because he doesn't want to close their hope. Now, there could be hope, but he doesn't know that. But he just can't handle the conflict of telling them, I'm just not. So he says, I don't think. He's softening the blow by trying to give them some hope. It's not false hope, but to him it is. It's very understandable. Okay? So, I will be back later with another question to answer from your MLC questions, and Facebook Live, where I answer multiple questions on Thursdays at 3 o'clock Pacific time. See you later.